Well, here we are again. It is Monday, October 30th. And there are so very many things I could speak of. I could speak of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's indictment and arrest of Paul Manafort, Rick Gates, and George Papadopoulos, but I won't. I could respond to Donald Trump's obnoxious and banal and self-aggrandizing tweets about how it's not about collusion. The special investigation should be about Hillary Clinton and the uranium and the deals with the Russians and all of that. But I'm not going to say that because other people will have much the same thing to say, and I would just simply be another voice in that chorus. So we'll let that pass for now. I could speak about Donald Trump's ambition to plunder and despoil the global climate. I could tell him that it is not yours to ruin, you fucking moron. It belongs to everybody, not you, and not your rich cronies. You don't get to ruin the world for your own profit. I could say that, but I won't. I could go on about his colluding with the Russian government, or the Saudi government, or the Turkish government, or any other government you care to name, making deals and making money from his position as President of the United States. I'm not going to say that because that's already been addressed, and I will address it again another time. I could say that it's all the Republicans' fault, and it's the Republicans who are the party of treason and vampirism and warlordism. I've already said some of that. I'm not going to dwell on that tonight either. What I'm going to dwell on tonight for a few minutes is something that is much more fundamental. We have all talked and ranted and lamented and complained about how important it is for the Democrats to win in 2018. I agree. It is crucial that the Democrats sweep the elections next year, presuming that Donald Trump doesn't decide to suspend the Constitution and democracy and the electoral process. We'll save that for another time also. The reason I want to talk about the Democrats is that for all the evil, for all the wickedness, for all the wretchedness that Donald Trump has done at the behest of the Republican Party, who is it that let them get away with it? I'm reminded of an old joke, something that I came up with myself, as far as I know. How many Republicans does it take to cause congressional gridlock? Presumably in a Democratic majority Congress. How many Republicans does it take to stop all Democratic progress? Answer is only one. Just takes one Republican to hold the Democratic agenda at bay. Only one. Democrats have had a congressional majority twice since 2000. And what have they accomplished with it? Not a goddamn thing. So who do I blame for the victory of Donald Trump? I blame the Democrats. The Republicans, as loathsome and as obnoxious as they are, didn't do anything that we didn't really already suspect they would do. They told us they would do this. With every campaign speech, every campaign rally that Donald Trump held, he told us what he was going to do, and by golly, he's doing it. So who is it that let him get away with it? Who is it that didn't fight hard enough? Who is it that put a leash on Hillary Clinton and other Democrats who could have, had they not been leashed or muzzled by the Democratic National Committee, by the leadership of the Democratic Party? Who is it that caused the Republican victory? It's the Democrats. Accordingly, it's important to win in November of 2018. It is important that Democratic candidates win in 2018. But that's not going to happen if we let the leadership of the Democratic National Committee. It's not going to happen if we let the leadership of the Democratic Party put a muzzle on the candidates and tell them, you can't say that. That's not what Democrats do. Well, it's time the Democrats did start doing that, because that's how you win. That's what the Republicans have been doing for 20 years, and that's how Republicans win. There's an interesting parallelism, or maybe I should say counter-parallelism, between the Republican Party and their attitude towards the electorate, and the Democratic Party and their attitude towards the electorate. The Republican Party wants to blame the Democrats and blame all of those people who didn't vote for them for their shortcomings and their failures and their inability to achieve their glorious agenda. They will do all the work, and then they will blame the voters for not going along with it. The Democratic Party, on the other hand, has great ideals, great principles, and very sound strategies, militarily, diplomatically, economically, but they don't want to fight for them. They want the voters to do the work. And who do they blame when the Democrats lose the election? Well, they don't blame the voters, they blame themselves, which is as it should be. Because it's the Democratic Party that has failed us, the American people, liberal and conservative and progressive, Republican and Democrat. It is the Democratic Party leadership that has failed us. And they will fail us again, unless we speak out, and speak out strongly and firmly and decisively against their pusillanimous, posturing platitudes. We need to hold the Democratic Party responsible. More to the point, we need to hold the leadership of the Democratic Party responsible. Now, I could go on about how the Republicans have been doing this kind of mischief since the 50s. Actually, they've been making mischief since the 30s. But I'm not going to give you that history lesson right now because A, I don't have time, and B, most of you don't care anyway. Can't say that I blame you. I could go on about how the Democrats let George W. Bush win in 2000. They bailed out on the recount. They bailed out on the American people. They bailed out on our future as a nation. And they let an idiot from Texas, the idiot son of the last sensible Republican president this country's had, they bailed out because they didn't want to win. The Democratic leadership would rather have a moral victory because it looks good than an actual victory. Because an actual victory means you have to work for it. You have to fight for it. And you have to actually win. And the Democratic leadership doesn't want to do that. In 2008, when Hillary Clinton first ran for president, she could have beat Barack Obama. And if she had been smart and if she had had good advice in 2008, Barack Obama could have been the first black vice president of the United States. That would have been a winning ticket. Didn't happen. Because the Democratic leadership said, no, Hillary, it's not time for a woman president yet. We need to have a black president. Well, fortunately, for all of us, that worked out well enough for the first 8 years of Barack Obama's term. But look where we are now. We have a racist in the White House. We have a racist for Attorney General. And we have racists in Congress. We have a wannabe Führer. Actually, we have two of them. Who are racist, white supremacists. Call it what you will. It's racism, pure and simple. And why? It's not because more people voted for Donald Trump. More people voted for Hillary Clinton, and we all know that. It's because the Democratic Party leadership told Hillary, no, we've got this in the bag. We've got this one. You don't need to let go with both hands, both fists. We've got this one. Nobody in their right mind is going to vote for Donald Trump. Well, guess what? That was stupid advice. Damn stupid advice. And so now, because the Democratic leadership got stupid, the best candidate didn't win. Okay. I think I've made my point. One of them, anyway. So the point that I really want to make in this rant is that all of us, if we want to see an end to the Republican agenda, if we want to see an end to the rule of Donald Trump and his Reichsministerium, if we want to put this country back on the right track, we need to not just simply vote Democratic. We need to press not only the candidates, but also the party leadership and tell them, we're not going to take this anymore. We're not going to take your mealy-mouthed platitudes. We want a candidate who's going to fight for us. We want a candidate who is going to win for us. We want a candidate who is going to win for our future as a nation, Republican and Democrat, conservative, liberal, and progressive. We need a candidate who will not only bring this nation together genuinely, but will do the kinds of things that are necessary. Support the kinds of programs, support the kind of legislation in Congress that will, in fact, bring this country together and unify us all, regardless of our political or ideological differences. The last time we had that kind of a national program, Lyndon Johnson was president. And guess what? The Democrats were lukewarm in their support of his programs. Well, like I said, Democratic tradition of not standing up and advocating for the American people has got to stop. For the longest time, the Democratic Party embraced unions and union members. Where are they now? For the longest time, the Democratic Party embraced blacks and minorities and women. They advocated for them. Where are they now? We've got to, as Democrats, and as progressives, and as liberals, and as people who understand that this country was founded as a liberal, progressive nation, we've got to make it very clear to Democratic candidates and Democratic Party organizations all around the country, we're not going to put up with this. We're not going to put up with this ambivalent, please don't kick me, please don't hurt me attitude anymore. You got to roll up your sleeves, as I said the last time. You got to roll up your sleeves and be prepared to bloody your knuckles. Shed some blood of your own. Better yet, shed even more blood of the people who get in your way, whether they're Republicans or Green Party or Libertarians or whomever. This is our country, and it is ours to take back, not the conservatives. It is our country to take back, and we damn well better do it, and we damn well better do it now, because otherwise next year's elections are going to be an even bigger victory for the Republicans, and then we have no excuse for real. We have no one else to blame for real. And that's my point tonight. And oh, by the way, I want to show you something. Maybe you can see it. Maybe you can't. It's a dragon. And it hangs right over my heart. That's not a coincidence. So yes, you could use the term dragon heart to refer to me. And let me move back here a little bit and show you the word that supports or is behind the dragon. Yeah, it looks like a Nike logo t-shirt. I prefer the original Greek pronunciation, Nike. It means victory. Victory through dragons. We all need to be dragons. We all need to fight like dragons. That's pretty much all I have to say right now. Until next time.